Good morning, world changers. It is day 65 of the 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge. So each and every day I pose a thought-provoking question. I invite you to put that question into your journal and take 10 to 15 minutes just to reflect on that question so that you can get to know yourself better. Because when you get to know yourself better and you have a consistent personal development practice, you start creating a ripple effect in the world because you start improving yourself, you start thinking better. When you think better, you get better, you make better choices, and when you make better choices, you get better results, and that's when our world starts to change. So, today's question is, what could you not imagine living without? So again, what could you not imagine living without? So when you reflect on this question, think about why it's so important to you. What does it bring you? What value does it bring to your life? How does it serve you? What happiness, what joy, what is it that is brought to you by this thing or this person or this activity? The environment you live in, it might be the job, it might be, who knows what it could be. So some sub-questions to think about. Think about how it improves your life, your health and your happiness. I'm saying it, but it could obviously be a person, but let's go with the context of it. How would you feel if it wasn't there? And what could you do to value it more or appreciate it more? So, when I reflected on this question, I thought to myself, it was funny. It was quite an eye-opener for me because, again, if you'd asked me this question maybe sort of 7 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have probably had a long list of people and things and my house, people, my job, all these kind of things. But because literally every aspect of my life has changed, there's people that are no longer in my life, and if you'd asked me this question, I would have absolutely thought there's no way I could live without those people. And I'm not saying it was easy. When when they passed away, I was devastated, and I really struggled for a number of years and was really grieving. And it's only through reading loads and having a personal development practice that I've got to this point where I am genuinely happy and healthy again, and I'm really thriving again. And back then I genuinely thought, I really thought my heart had broken and I would never ever genuinely smile or laugh or live with happiness ever again. So because of those experiences, I don't seem to have the same attachments to things. Don't get me wrong, I love my house, I love my friends, I love my family, I love my sister, my cats, I love chocolate. However, I know that I can live without them. If I had to, would I choose to? Probably not. No, obviously I don't want to lose my home, and I certainly don't want to lose my friends and family and sister and all the rest of it. But I do know, because of the experiences that I've been through, and because of the tools and coping techniques that I have now, that when life throws me challenges, I will be able to cope with them. I've got past experience to draw on to know that I can get through any sort of situation. Don't get me wrong, none of it is pleasant. It's horrible when we're hit with challenges and when you're in the thick of it. And if you are in the thick of it right now, please get support. That is the key thing. That is what got me through the most difficult times of my life. For anybody that doesn't know my story, to put it very succinctly, I lost my dad when I was 24. 10 years later, my mum and sister both get diagnosed with terminal cancer within 4 months of each other. I became caring guardian for my other sister Shelley, who has learning disabilities. In that time, I also split up with my partner of 7 years, which meant selling the house, moving to a rented house, which was plagued with an enormous amount of problems. I also lost contact with my brother after my mum died. He decided he wanted nothing to do with me and my sister, so that was another loss in my life. I had a couple of toxic relationships, friendships that completely broke down as a result. And I mean, I'm grateful for that, to be honest. I mean, it just going through that experience shone a light on who were true friends and who weren't. So I mean, that's, you know, that was a positive that came out of that. But also, you know, it was just a very difficult time, and the only thing that was going well in my life was my job. You know, as I've mentioned before, I loved my job. However, and I was very good at my job. I was winning awards and I was excelling at it. However, when all this hit, I completely started failing at my job because I just couldn't handle the grief and the stress and the pressure that I was under. And of course, that last foundation, that last pillar of my life that had been a good security blanket, completely and utterly deteriorated. And you know, everything I'd known had just been chucked up in the air, and it was like, right, you know, had no other option to sink or swim and start creating the life that I really wanted to live. And that's, you know, after hitting an extremely dark point where I just thought, I've had enough, I want to check out. I realised, wow, when did my thinking get so negative and when did it deteriorate? So that's when I really started applying what I'd learned through personal development, because at that stage I was learning all the theory, but I was not applying any of it. So, and then that's when my life really started to change. And like I say, I've just taken each area of my life, you know, from my diet, my health, my friends, my love life, my home life, my environment, working life, and just worked on each one step at a time and started gradually improving them until here we are 7 years later, and I can genuinely say I am happier and healthier than I've ever been in my entire life. I just love my life, and despite all those challenges, you know, I've learned a great deal from them. And instead of suffering post-traumatic stress disorder from them, which I could have quite easily have done, I've grown from those experiences and it's become post-traumatic growth. So, have hope. If you are experiencing difficult times right now, it is an opportunity to change, and what I would say is absolutely get the support you need. Do not struggle on your own. If you are going through good times in life, then celebrate, embrace and be grateful those times. Absolutely, just go for it. You know, really love it. Really, really enjoy those moments, because, you know, life is challenging. We have ups and downs and things will hit. So, just to reflect on today's question again, that took me down a very morbid story, but, you know, just to kind of emphasise, you know, this could possibly trigger you and could possibly make you think of people you might lose. And, you know, it's to kind of really hold them dearer, closer. How can you connect with them more? If that's what you're thinking you can't live without, make the most of it, embrace those people. And yeah, if it's something else, if it's your job, it's your hobby, your cat, chocolate, whatever, then embrace that too. Enjoy it, love it, be grateful for it and celebrate it. And just, you know, reflect on what your relationship with this item, that person is. What is it? Healthy? Is it serving you? Is it productive? Is it taking you forward? Or, you know, is there an unhealthy attachment to it? You know, really kind of get clear on where you are, what the relationship is. So I look forward to your reflections. You can share them here in the comments below. You can record a video like mine and put it out there, or you can join our Change Your World personal development group, which is completely free and private to join, and you can share your reflections in there. And there's lots of people working on themselves and doing the self-discovery challenge and sharing their reflections. So you're not alone, and you'll be fully supported, and you will inspire others when you do this. So yeah, again, if you're enjoying this challenge, this self-discovery challenge, please spread the love, tag somebody in, share this post, share it on whatever social media platform that you're watching it on, and let other people know that you are going hard working on yourself, because and inspire somebody else to do the same, because like I said, it creates a ripple effect. We can change the world just through personal development, and that is what Change Your World is all about. So, love to you all, take care, and I will see you tomorrow for day 66. Bye.